Hello, welcome back. Sorry to end it so abruptly there. I just thought, well, I suppose I should explain once more people are in the chat. Do you know what? I really fancy, I don't want this to be a habit. I really fancy another beer. Shall I go and get another beer? That means I've got to run in the house. Interesting. There we go. We got some boys joining in. Russell says, "What's up, Glenn?" BP says, "Take two." Yeah, sorry to end it so abruptly there, guys. Get a beer. I do fancy a beer. Alright, it means you guys are going to have to look at a blank screen for a couple of seconds. No juice. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, sorry, it seemed like I ended that really abruptly, but I was trying to think today of ways that I can do videos about the main content that I wanted to talk about of that day, like quickly, because some people, it actually put me off. I was looking at someone's YouTube channel the other day in a video, and the question to the video was something that I was really interested in, and I noticed it was like an hour and 20 minutes long. So I thought, oh, I ain't going to watch all of that. So I clicked on it, and I watched the first 5 or 10 minutes, and he was just pretty much doing what I do, saying, "Hey, thanks for joining. Oh yeah, hello Kev, hello Russell, blah blah blah," doing all that sort of stuff. And I thought, yeah, get on with it. Like, I want to. So I thought, oh, people probably are doing that with my channel. So I thought, oh, maybe I should do videos really quick, like, this is the answer to my question, and then just the people that want to just generally hang out with me and chat with me, I'll just call it, you know, what it is, late night chat with Glenn. Juice with ice cubes. Do you guys really want me to go and get a beer? What are we saying? I've got 2 of you that says yeah. It means you've got to stare at a blank screen for a couple of seconds. It's not the best content, I suppose, but a beer would go down nice now. My throat's really dry for some reason. So, what did you guys think? I'd love to hear your feedback, actually. Juice. Right, well, Kelvin Morgan, I'm not going to pronounce your first bit. Was that Hugh? Hugh Kelvin Morgan? He seems to have out-commented people, so I'm going to go and get a beer. You guys hold on for like about 10 to 15 seconds. Wait there. He's back. Hey. It's probably going to froth up like a motherfucker now. So I've just run across the garden. Woo! Russell says, knock yourself out, Glenn. Almost did. Almost slipped over the decking. BP says, vote for beer. I don't know much about mining, but it's great to see your enthusiasm and ambition going to be a great project. Russell says, beer monster terrorizes urban area. Woo. A6 and beers, eh? Fry says, why don't you make a quick normal video instead of a live one? If you do a 5-minute live video, what's the point of being live? Only a few people watched and you would not interact with them. Yeah, good point. I actually started the process off. I'm going to show you this, guys. I got up my iMovie because that's what I use to edit the videos. And you can see here, this is my intro. And I was just going to do what you just said there, Fry. I was going to record a bit to go in between here and just upload that and then do a live video. Then I realised oh, actually, this is going to take me like an hour. I should have planned ahead. So I thought, fuck it, I'll try and do a live video, because then that'll be quick. I'll say what I want to say. Yeah, so I thought I'd just give it a try. I didn't know if the format would work. So what do you guys think? Was it a disaster? Was it okay? It's a lot quicker for me to do videos like that. I mean, I literally, all I had to do was create the thumbnail, the picture you see on the front. Click start recording, chat about what I want to say, and then end the video. That was it, like, done. I haven't done anything else. So, you know, that was quick. So, I don't know, for me, that's really, like, easy. But, obviously, I could see people joining the group chat, and I thought, oh, no, they're all going to want me to respond and talk back and all that. And I thought, but then if I start doing that, where do I end it? If loads of people start talking, then it'll be another hour-long video. So I thought, right, I'm just going to have to, I know it sounds bad, I'm just going to have to sort of blank them out for a second, and then I knew you guys would jump back into this video, and then we could chat longer there. So, I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you think? So, yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on what I said today about, obviously, the overclocking? I was chatting to someone in Team Bitglen, and I actually rung him in the end. We had a good conversation, and yeah, he was saying about, obviously, the T9, that you couldn't overclock it. And he said, oh, I'm really worried that the Z9 you won't be able to overclock. Therefore, you're better off just buying Z9 minis. And I thought, oh, that's such a good point. It was such a good point. I thought, I need to make a video about it. So, yeah, what are your guys' thoughts? Are you worried that the Z9... Oh, are any of you even buying the Z9? I shouldn't say, are you worried about the Z9? Are any of you, other than me, looking to buy one of these machines? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Or a Z9 Mini, or any... Running and beard just don't go hand in hand, do they? Obviously, these figures here are, like, absurd. You know, absurd. How long till we see your returns on the Z9? Well, that massively depends, actually, on the whether we can overclock it or not. Based on current figures and current prices, I have to be really careful what I say, because I don't want anyone to be led down a garden path and think, oh, I only did this because Bitglen said I would make my money back. According to What to Mine, they're suggesting that you would earn between $70 to $87 per day profit. If that was the case, I can't remember what the figures were, but let's say $85 a day times, let's just say 30 days if it was a slightly shorter month, $2,555. So therefore you're looking at, well, actually, let's do this another way. The machine's going to set me back 3,600 all in total. We're going to divide that by 85. 42 days. So that is really, really good. That's the sort of figures I remember seeing for the S9 when it came out. Now, another point I wanted to bring up, actually, are these machines being overlooked by the general public? Because a lot of people that looked into Bitcoin were like, what, you can make Bitcoin yourself? Well, I'd rather do that than pay 20 grand for one. And obviously everyone's first point of call was the S9. Now, obviously, a lot of people have been burned by buying the machines at an expensive price, with the downtrend in price of Bitcoin, with the difficulty going up. So now you've got a group of people who think, oh, this is shit, I ain't doing this again. So they're out of the equation. Then you've got a load of other people going, oh, I don't want to mine fucking Zen Cash and Z Classic and all that. So they're out of the equation. You know, I only want to mine Bitcoin. So yeah, it seems like this is a more niche market. But obviously, I've done the figures on quite a few machines now, and this one far surpasses anything else I've seen. The concern is, once these are in people's hands and in the general public, obviously they're going to be the difficulty on all these coins are going to shoot up so high that, you know, it's very quickly going to become unprofitable. That is the risk. That is the gamble you're taking. So what do you guys think? Something else that's interesting. Oh, let's catch up with what you guys said first. Beer Monster terrorizes with ASIC miners. Fryer says, oh no, I read that one. River J says, how long till you see returns on the Z9? 42 days from my calculations. When will you make your money back? Fryer says, all my money is in coins. Can't afford a Z9 and KI would be too afraid of breaking down. That said, I'm down nearly 50% on coins. I would be in profit now if I would have bought an Antminer. Depends what one and when you bought it, really, Fryer. It's not as clear cut as that, I don't think. River J says, don't worry. I will never blame you for any mistakes. It's the market. Thanks, River. It's, you know, there's a good amount of people that have got their head screwed on and do their own research and have their own minds, and then there's other people that just want to copy what they see. So, you know, I've not been very successful, obviously, investing in Envian. So my ICO adventures haven't been too good. Cloud mining hasn't been too good. Investing in coins hasn't been too good either. So this leads me back to what I originally wanted to do when I very first started this channel, and that was start mining myself. And I hope that I have more success doing that, because I can see Bitmain releasing a new machine every so often that's going to be profitable until everyone gets it in their hands. And then obviously the GPU side of it, I'd love the experience of setting up my own GPU rig. I'm actually thinking, this is what I've got planned, envisioned in Bitglen's mind. I'm gonna sort of, like I say, cut this shed a third of it off, or not cut it off, but close it off with a wall, and have that as my mining operation with a bit of soundproof in either side. With some fans and some outside outlets to let the hot air get out, and have this 2/3 as my, you know, YouTube channel, making video, whatever, space. That's the plan. And what I want to do is, with the profits that I get, if at any, from the Z9 ventures that I have and the Z9 minis, I'm probably not going to cash them out. I'm probably going to just convert them into Bitcoin and buy more stuff from Bitmain, because even if I was mining coins that were unprofitable but were I could get for a lot cheaper, I would rather do that, just hold on to them until the prices go up and then sell them at that point. That's what I'm thinking, because I like accumulating cryptocurrencies. I like just holding on to them. Even if, you know, I do sell them, I normally buy back in. I haven't actually cashed anything out of cryptocurrencies since the day I've started. I still don't know the process of converting it into British pounds. So, yeah, I don't know. I want to accumulate as much as I can, but without it really putting a risk or detriment to, obviously, my family and our funds. You know, I don't want to be one of them guys that, oh yeah, I've remortgaged the house and I've sold the car and I've put everything on the line on cryptocurrency, because if it has another 60% drop like it has, then I've pretty much just messed up my kids' future and where we're living, and they'd have to move schools and all that sort of stuff. So I don't want to do stuff like that. So that's why you haven't seen me sort of go too heavy into cryptocurrency. If I was a single guy, yeah, I'd probably take out loans, credit cards, everything I can, and put it into stuff and just try and ride out these downtimes. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, I just want to keep reinvest. I want to keep reinvesting, and if I can get it in a way where, you know, mining pays for me to do more mining or invest in other sites and stuff like that, and as well as obviously keeping this YouTube channel going, then boom, That'd be the sweet spot for me. But what are your thoughts? What do you guys think? Russell says you need to get yourself a left it on a cliffhanger there. Limit for how long you mine. What do you mean per machine, Russell? Be realistic, it will become less profitable. Oh, this is something I want to talk about actually. If at any point, let's just say this Z9 is really profitable, and say it is mining $2,500 a month. Let's just say. Something else I've been talking about with someone today is that I realised quite early on that the money isn't to be made in mining. The money's to be made in getting hold of the machines that mine profitable wise and selling them on. That was where the real money was. You know, obviously people did see that because they were on Amazon, they're on eBay. But I was thinking, God damn it, I wish I bought 10 S9s and sold them. I mean, they were going for like, you could buy them for $1,000 off one website, wait a month or two, and you could sell them before they'd even arrived at your door for 3 to 4 times that. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's the money. I don't care what anyone says. No miner is going to mine you $5,000 within the space of like 1 month of waiting for delivery. Do you know what I mean? That's where the money's to be made. So if someone come along and said, or I realised on eBay that, you know, these Z9s are going for, you know, $8,000, $10,000 on eBay because they're sold out and they're really profitable, bam, I'd be putting it on eBay like you wouldn't be able to slow me down. And I would then be going straight over to the website, Bitmain, and with my profits buying another machine back, and then with the profit I've made, you know, put it into Bitcoin or something like that. It just seems like the most common sense thing to do. People will pay way over the odds to not wait for something. So if you've got something that people have to wait for, they will pay extra. And if that extra is enough, then yeah, I'll be, I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you do that, or would you just keep the machine? So in answer to your question, Russell, I haven't got a set time that I'm going to mine for with this machine. As long as it pays itself back, I don't really care. Let's just say that it does pay itself back within, let's just say 2 months. Then I'm talking about obviously the whole of September, whole of October. So then let's say November time, that's when I'll be looking at, okay, right, the machine's paid itself back. I've got the money back in the bank. Let's see how much they're going for on eBay. Let's see how much they're going for on Amazon. And let's see how much they're earning me at that point. If by that point, the end of October, I'm only getting $40 a day, then yeah, obviously I would see that downward trend and I would think, right, okay, I need to sell this machine and buy the new S10 or whatever it is that Bitmain released by then, or even just set up a GPU rig and obviously gain the experience of that and the knowledge. Russell says, be realistic, it will become less profitable. Hugh Kelvin Montagree, to find out the limits of overclocking and the dangers of physical damage, so you then know not to go too fast on the settings. Yeah, so with overclocking, you do run that risk. It's risk and reward, isn't it? If you're overclocking a machine and you monitor it quite rigorously over the course of 3 or 4 days, and the temperatures are fine, and the machine doesn't seem to be having any, you know, cutting out or hardware faults, or, you know, it's not smoking, then obviously then you've got to decide in your own mind, okay, do I want to continue doing this? If you can overclock it like the Z9 minis, your return on investment is going to come back so much faster. And when that happens, obviously then you can sort of calm it down, I suppose, and you could say, right, okay, even if this mines $100 from now onwards, this whole venture I've gained $100. You know, I've gained money. Now, there's not many, well, there's none that I can think of out of all the experiments that I've tried, buying Z Classic, getting the hard fork, investing in Hashflare, doing the reinvestment option, doing Envying, I don't know, like all of these different ventures none of them have paid off. So I wish, obviously, I'd come back to what I wanted to do at the beginning, which is this. And we'll see. You guys are going to be there for me during the ride, so we'll see. Together, as Team Bitglen, we'll figure it out. I'm going to have to blow my nose because I've got a bit of a cold today. Probably the beard in it, don't help. River J says, best time to start it up would be more in the winter because the weather now in England would overheat your Z9. That is true, actually. It's been really hot in England for about a good solid 3 to 4 weeks now. We're actually facing a hosepipe ban, and all our grass is turning into hay. it's pretty dire. I'm not complaining. Normally, us English normally complain that the weather's too cold, too miserable. Perfect conditions for mining. So I'm not complaining on that front. But these machines that I'm ordering are not coming until the beginning of September. So that's coming towards the end of our summer. So I should, fingers crossed, should be okay. Now, what's going to happen next summer? Like I say, I am going to be putting fans in there, and I'm going to try and have some outlets. I'm always going to monitor the temperatures on there, so I will be keeping an eye on it a lot. And obviously, again, I'll be sharing that with you guys. Frederick says the only one that will blame you is your ex at the next lawsuit. We haven't brought her up for so long. Thank you, Frederick. How could I forget my wonderful ex? This is something that actually I really need to think about, because obviously any profits that are mine, I need to start looking into at what point is it a taxable income. Do I get taxed soon as I've mined a coin, or soon as I transfer the coins, or is it taxable once it is converted into pounds? If that is the case, I'll be holding on to them for a while, because not only will my tax go up, but also I have to then think about her getting her greedy hands on them. Whoa, more child maintenance money. Whoa, I want to get his mining profits. And at that point, if that was to happen, as well as being taxed more, then it would be like, okay, is this even worth doing, even if it runs at a profit? So I do need to think about that, and I need to obviously be transparent, and obviously I'll share all that with you guys. So anyone else watching these videos may be in the same position. They may be a separated father or a single dad, and think, yeah, I want to get into mining, but then think about, okay, tax and CSA payments and stuff like that. So it's all, you need to take all of it into account, the whole picture. BBL says, sup gents, what did I miss? We were just talking, BBL. I've done separate videos this time. So I've done a quick 10-minute video discussing about the Z9, whether we can overclock it or not, as opposed to obviously overclocking the Z9 minis. Then I ended the video, and we've started this live chat with me, Bitglen. So if you're new to this video, give us a like, smash up the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please click the subscribe button as well. Russell says, consider buying new stock rotation. Yes, I'll be keeping an eye on new stock that's coming out. Obviously, the profits, like I say, that I'm going to get from the mining, I'm not going to be going and spend it. I'm not going to tell the wife what I've earned, because she'll spend it and she'll say, why don't you just withdraw it? So I'm going to probably keep hold of the coin, hope that it goes up in value. There's one that I'm going to get onto in a second. But yeah, I'm going to keep hold of the coins, wait hopefully later on in the year, fingers crossed, or maybe beginning of next year, who knows. Whenever we have another big pump in the cryptocurrency space, then, you know, I'll sell them then for a lot higher rate, and then or even just buy more machines. So that's the idea. Russell says rinse repeat. I should have a tattoo that says, like, was it sleep, eat, mine, repeat, or something like that. Would be cool if you could get the miners in kit form for peanuts, build them and resell them for a fortune. I don't think I could make an ASIC machine. Russell says, hey John, hey Russell, what's happening? Smash up the like button. He's got the idea. JMS, he's joined in. Hello JMS, thanks for joining, mate. You ordered a Z9. I've actually got the funds sitting there ready to buy the Z9. The reason I haven't yet is because they've got the pre-orders up until let's have a look. I think it's for the 1st of September, but the machine has to be fully paid for by the 15th of August. So I've got the funds there. I'm actually going in with a friend. We're going halves on it because I didn't have the funds to buy one outright, but you know, I explained to him how profitable these machines look, and it's something that he's really interested in, and he wants to earn a passive income. He's more interested in me cashing out his half of the coins and giving him, as you know, pounds or whatever, or I'll probably just transfer him the coins. It's up to him to convert it. I'll show him how to do it on his own computer. But for me, I'll probably just keep the coin and convert it into Bitcoin. I don't know if that's a taxable event. But yeah, I will be getting a Z9, and I'm going to do the pre-order so that I get it. I'm just hoping. The reason I haven't done yet, Bitcoin started going up in price quite rapidly. So I thought, oh, I might want to hold on here until Bitcoin's at, I reckon, about 8k, 8.5k, and then I'll place the order, because literally this machine, every time Bitcoin goes up in price, this machine is becoming cheaper and cheaper for me. So I've got currently about $2,000 worth of Bitcoin just sitting there ready to put this 50% deposit down. Now that Bitcoin was only worth 1,700 about 3 days ago. So it's gone up $300 in the space of 3 days. So I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to give Bitmain my money today and then say come the beginning of August, first week in August, all of a sudden Bitcoin jumps up to 9k or something like that, and I think, oh fuck, you know, that means my money would have been worth 2,500. I wouldn't have had to find so much money. So at the minute, for me, I've put in 650 British pounds. My friends put in 650 pounds, which obviously is about 1,300 pounds. In dollars, that was about 1,700, I believe, 1,700. It's now worth $2,000. And then between me and him, we're finding the rest of the money probably within the next week, 2 weeks. And then but obviously that'll be way within the time of the up till the 15th of August. I've also got a £100 off voucher that I bought from eBay that one of the team Bitglen recommended that I do, and I thank him for that, because that saved me another $100. So really, I only need to find about $1,400, I think, which I'm hoping that if Bitcoin keeps going up over the next week or so, that will be more likely $1,000, which in British pounds is about £600. Which, when I first decided to do this, I was looking at raising another £1,400. So yeah. It seems like this machine is getting cheaper and cheaper for me. The only thing that's going to hinder me is that if I wake up one day and I go to Bitmain and they say sold out and the next batch isn't until January or something, I'll be like, fuck! I've just told everyone I'm buying the thing. So yeah, it is a bit of a... I'm literally taking a roll of the dice and gambling on this one. You are paying to mine it. That's taxed. Forget her. You can stash those coins anywhere. Ooh, stash those coins. It's only taxed when you cash it out in your bank. It's called capital gain. I think you can cash out 10,000 a year without being taxed in the UK. Yes, we have capital gains tax in the UK, and you have a certain allowance which you can do each year and per person. So my wife is also in on this venture. My friend Dan is also on this venture. We all have, I think it's more like 12k. I might be wrong, might be 10k. But if she has 12k, I have 12k, he has 12k, that's 36k that I can cash out as non-taxable capital gains per year. So I've got until April, and then after April I can do another 36k. So yeah, I will be looking at my options, let's just say that. I may also do a fluffy pony, and I may go on a boat trip that's very unstable. Who knows? Who knows? uh, uh, correct, River J. River J says, thanks, mate. Converting coins to other coins is not taxable. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure, because I read that it was. And when these tax laws change in the UK, obviously we're going to have to be hot on it. But currently, as it stands, I think it depends if you're considered a trader or not. If you're considered a non-trader, then yeah, it's only when you cash out as into fiat money. If you're considered a trader, every trade that you make for pounds to Bitcoin to Litecoin, every single one of those steps is a taxable event. I think that's what I looked into, and that's what I read. So I don't know, what, maybe one of you guys can look into it a bit more for me and let me know. But I will be looking into it myself heavily, and I'll probably speak to my accountants, and even if I pay her a couple of £100 and just say, look, can you just look into it for me and let me know where I stand, and then obviously take her advice as well, because it's better to get professional. BBL says, what do you think BTC will be next week? It's really hard to say. I actually said in my last video that I'd done a few days ago, or a couple of days ago, I said I think Bitcoin, the speed that it went up, I thought, right, it's going to have a couple of days of retracting a bit, or maybe stabilizing, which it has. Not that I'm any sort of technical analysis. I'm literally just going by what I remember back in sort of November, December times. We had continuous gains, but there was always 2 or 3 days here and there of, you know, stagnation or dropping a little bit, and then there was a big gain again. So I think we've had a day or two of stagnation now, so we're either going to go up or down either way, and depending on what that is, it's probably going to go up quite a bit, or it's going to go down quite a bit. That's just my personal feeling. So I would like to think, obviously I'm praying, I'm hoping that it goes up, and if it does, I can see it hitting 8k very quickly. Like, it will literally go from like probably 7.5 to 8k, like within the space of a couple of hours, and then it'll probably stagnate again for a few days to a week, and then obviously I don't know from them, but that's what I predict. That's Bitglen's take on it. JMS says, do you have a plan on what coin to mine with the Z9? So I'm really glad you asked that, JMS, because again, I was chatting to someone today from Team Bitglen, and it's all well and good looking at all these figures and saying, right, Zencash is the most profitable coin today. Yeah, let's just mine the shit out of that. I don't know what Zencash is in particular. I don't particularly care. I can't stand Z Classic. Again, Bitcoin private, I can't see going anywhere anytime soon. But this is the interesting thing. I was thinking, oh, it'd be good if you could mine a coin that is not mainstream, but, you know, does go there while you're mining. That would be awesome. That's the dream. Now, here's the interesting thing. Zcash. Now, I know Zcash has been really popular for miners for quite a while. Zcash could potentially be heading to Coinbase. If it does do that, even though it's not the most profitable coin to mine today, would it be best to take this $20 knock to, you know, on a daily basis, but actually get hold of a coin that has more potential to go up in the future? Now, obviously, I need to discuss this because I'm getting the machine in with my friend. I can't just make decisions like that. To be honest, he probably won't care. He'll just be like, Glenn, just do whatever, because he's not too fussed about receiving the funds like really quickly. He'll probably say, Glenn, if you think it's going to go up, then yeah, just do that. So yeah, Zcash is looking very attractive. If I was to mine any coin right now, it'd be Zcash. Even though the profitability is not there, I think holding on to it long term wise has the most potential. But then saying that, would it not be best to mine Zen Cash or whatever coin's most profitable that day and just converting it into Zcash after? Interesting. Russell says Hashflare emailed me asking me to verify my identification, KYC/AML. They're taking the piss. Frederick says, I had the same email. I feel really left out now. I haven't got this email. But I did share in the Telegram group chat earlier on today a post that Hashflare did put on their Facebook page about we're going to start needing to verifying customers. But this was the interesting part. And this, I don't know, it just, saying in my brain, just, it irritated me. It said, no, I still ain't got the email. For those that pass the identification process, they will receive lower withdrawal limits and better rewards. Now, I was thinking, that's a bit cuntish, isn't it? Sorry, I know you Americans don't like that word, but I was thinking, surely if we've paid for the contract up front, we should be receiving the best withdrawal limit and the best profits available. I don't know. Did I read that wrong? I'm going to have to check now. BBL says, JMS Vlogs, have you still got the S9? He said, yeah, still got it. JMS, what are you doing with your S9? Are you still, is it on every day? Are you mining with it? Is it still in your box? And if so, how much are you actually mining? Is it profitable these days? I know with what to mine, they say that, let's have a little look what they say. So 14,000 gigahash, that's 14 terahash. Let's calculate that. There's other coins on here that are more profitable. They're saying that you could potentially be mining at $1.71 profit a day. JMS says, still in the corner, been off since April. Something that, again, I was chatting today about. Someone gave me some advice about ASIC miners, and they were saying this website, this What to Mine, should be used as a guideline because you can actually tweak the fan speed and also the power input. So if you actually lower the power input and lower the electricity usage, there could be a point where actually it's slightly more profitable to run that machine. Now, if you're not fussed about, I know it's in your front room, JMS, or in your house, obviously you've got to take into the factors of the heat and the noise and all that, but if you're just looking to plug it in somewhere and you don't care, like me, I don't care how much noise it makes, even if it mined at $1 a day, that's $30 a month, or at $1.70. For me, that's probably about $40. If I can mine a coin that has the potential to go up in price, I would do that, you know, because all right, you're making $1 profit today, but that could be $10 worth of profit in 6 months or so. I don't know, especially if I had the machine. But I know obviously your circumstances are different. So to be honest, if I was accumulating enough coins, I'd be happy taking the knock on it. I'd probably still mine it even if it run at a loss. My electricity bill comes out once a month by direct debit. You know, if I can accumulate some Bitcoin for a lot lower price than it would be to just buy it, then yeah, I would. But obviously, you have to take in your own circumstances into account. You know, people have got these in their homes with their wives and kids about, and obviously the heat makes you all hot and sweaty, irritates you. Is it worth it for $1 a day? Probably not. Who else has got a beer? Give it a like if you're drinking a beer right now. I was really thirsty, so I thought, why not? And the guys, really, the boys in the group chat, they pushed me into it. They were saying, Glenn, get the beer, get the fucking beers in, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, oh, I can't go against the boys. They're going to think I'm a pussy. Yeah, so what do you guys think about Zcash? What coin would you mind using that Z9? I know some of you, I know BBL's got a Z9 Mini. I think PJ, Russell, if I'm right, have you got some ASIC miners as well? What do you guys think is the best coin to mine on that Equihash algorithm? Or do you just go for whatever's the most profitable at that point in time? I'd love to hear your thoughts because everyone's got an opinion on cryptocurrency. I'm going to have to put this fan back because it is warm in here. It's a warm night today in England. BBL says Zcash. Yeah, that's what I thought. But this BBL, my question to you is, would it not be better to just mine whatever's most profitable that day and then just convert it into Zcash if you was really that firm a believer in the Zcash coin? I don't know. Questions that need answering. Questions that I need to discover. But obviously the main thing that I'm worried about is whether you can actually overclock these bad boys, because obviously we know we can overclock the Z9 Mini. Russell says, I'm waiting for the GMO miner. Now, I know they were looking at making their own miners, but obviously they're going to be a little bit behind, aren't they? They're saying that they're going to create this 7 nanometers or millimeter, whatever the thing is, chip. So it's going to be a lot smaller chip, and you'll be able to cram more of them into a smaller space, and they can run at more optimal temperatures. Therefore, they're going to be more profitable. But can they do it? We don't know. We're still waiting to hear. So we've got a $2,000 GMO reveals details of its new 7nm Bitcoin miner. Japanese IT giant JMO Internet has revealed prices and specs for its new from the ground up Bitcoin miner. At the press conference, the company said Tuesday that its 7nm ASIC will power the new B2 miner. Is designed in Japan but manufactured in Taiwan. The arrival of the 7nm chip is notable since it ushers more hashing power for Bitcoin miners while at the same time theoretically reducing power consumption, an important factor for miners that seeking returns on their investments. The B2 will provide hash rate of 24 terahashes, so it's double. That's pretty much double, isn't it, what the average S9 produces. They produce between sort of 12 and 14. With a power consumption of 1,950 watts per unit. So, yeah, the current S9s, I believe, off the top of my head, one of you may correct me, is 1,350 watts. Obviously, if you double that, because if you'd need 2 machines to compete with this one, then you're looking at 2,700 watts. So this is about 700 watts lower power consumption, but double the, as if you had 2 S9s. So that's awesome. That breaks down to, let's see what that actually equates to. Well, let's see what to mine say about that. Where's it gone? What to mine? So we are looking at ASIC SHA-256 24,000 gigahashes. Power consumption 1950. I wonder if they can be overclocked as well. That means your profitability would be around, even if you was to mine universal unit at $3.96. so still nowhere near obviously what the Z9s, Z9 minis are actually currently, you know, we can actually say fact, because they're out there in the wild, they are making about between $15 and $25 a day. So yeah, still not looking good, is it, for SHA-256 miners? Why would you be waiting on that one, Russell? Or do you believe they're going to be releasing a machine that's even more powerful, more energy efficient than that? BBL says, I'll mine Zcash as I bought the Zcash blockchain. I drank the Zcash Kool-Aid. He's in love with that Zcash. But yeah, that's interesting, the Zcash, if it does go onto Coinbase. Woo! I was looking at the, you know, the price history of Zcash, and it's quite an interesting one, because when you first look at it, just at a quick glance, sorry, having a cold isn't the best thing when doing a live video where everyone can see you. Yeah, when you look at it there, it looks quite steady, but obviously this is a massive price difference. You're talking about $4,500 here as opposed to $200 here. So even when you see bumps like this, it actually is about $870 it went up to at one point. And even back here, you're looking at $370. If this goes to Coinbase, could it hit those sort of levels again? If it does, people that are mining, Slickfo says, bless you, thank you, brother. Sappening people. So this $200 could be anywhere between, you know, 50% on top of that, could be 100%, could be 200%, 400% from where it is now. So holding on to Zcash could be very profitable if these sort of things happen again. Obviously, I'm going to do my homework into Zcash. It's not one that I've looked into too strongly, if I'm being honest. So I need to find out what caused these massive pumps and why is it so low now. Obviously, all cryptocurrencies have gone down in price, but you know, these are quite substantial drops in price. So I'd be interested to see why that is, what's caused it, and could we see that happen again. JMS says, what do you think if these current Equihash coins fork like BTG did? Yeah, that's another risk. Thanks for pointing that out, JMS. So we talked about this in my other video the other day. Obviously, the major risks are, which I was trying to explain, obviously, to my friend when he said he wanted to jump in. Because when I told him about it, he was just straight up like, yeah, do it. Like, he didn't even think about it. He just went, yeah, Glenn, I'll give you the money, you do it. And I said, well, hang on a minute. I said, honestly, do your own research. And he was like, oh, well, what have I got to look up? And I said, right, well, you need to look up, you know, it only takes, there's, according to this, what, 6, 7 coins there. If they all decide to hard fork and make it so that you can't actually mine their coin using these new machines, then the machine is rendered useless. So that's a massive waste of $3,000. Also, the amount of the amount of souls and hash rate that's going into the system, the difficulty is going to spike on all of these. So therefore, the profitability that we're looking at today may not be the same case 6 months down the line. And obviously, JMS knows this. He's been through it. Obviously, getting the S9 when it was at the most profitable time to ever own one of those machines, to even 7 months back down the road, as he says, he's had it switched off since April because it's just not profitable to hold on to it. So that is 2 major risks there that you need to take into account. I'm willing to take that risk just because I want to get involved in mining. I want some sort of ASIC miner or miner, and I see those machines being the most profitable at the moment, and as long as I can get my return on investment, I don't really care what happens from that point onwards. I'd be interested to see, yeah, S9 was $50 back in the day. BBL gave us a donation for $2. Thanks, BBL, that's really nice. If you want to, it's up to you. If you want to click the little icon here, the super chat, you can donate money to this and your comment gets a highlight. I thank you, it all helps out. And it goes obviously towards the channel grow. So thank you for that, BBL. JMS says S9 was $50 back in December. Yeah, it was it was good times. I wonder actually, JMS, did you ever get a return on investment on that machine? I know you probably mined Bitcoin and then maybe spent it in different places, different websites. But did you ever keep track of everything you ever mined out of that machine and whether at that point in time it was a return on investment? I'd be interested to hear that. Because as long as these Z9s pay themselves back, you know, you can't ask for better than that. And a lot of people, I was talking today, a lot of people talk about Bitmain as if they're some sort of evil corporation. And people have got their own opinions, and they're right to think stuff like that, because you should never trust just a centralized company, especially you know, ones that are making so much money so quick. But I was thinking about it, and I'm like, this company is creating machines that earn other people money. Think about that. Name another product right now that does the same thing, that isn't sky high. I was thinking, you know, Apple, like we give Apple £1,000 or dollars for a phone every year. Does it make me any money? No. I could probably do the same thing with a iPhone 5. My iMac, my Netgear router, just all these companies, they don't really make you stuff that earns you money, but yet we don't consider them evil. But with Bitmain, they have a really bad rep at the moment against obviously miners and people in the cryptocurrency space. But you've got to make some apps for that smartphone. But you see what the point I'm trying to make is that you know, it would just make sense for Bitmain to just make these machines and just mine themselves. That's it. They keep it all to themselves. But yet they sell them on. Obviously, they're making huge profit on that, and I don't. That's what I would do. But you know, it is tough. It's really. I can see both arguments, both sides. Slickfo says only if there was a way of hiring a mining contraption rather than purchasing it outright. There is actually. There's sites that you can rent hashing power off people. So people would convert their hashing power from their GPUs or their ASIC miners to you. You pay per hour of how long you'd like to mine for, and then you receive the rewards of that. And obviously at the time you have to weigh up whether it's profitable to do so or not. But yeah, there are sites like that. Just be careful, because I think a lot of them are scams. I'm not recommending any in particular, but I know there are companies that do that. JMS says about 0.18 Bitcoin from November 17th to April 18th. So did a little LCC mining and DGB, but not much. So back when Bitcoin was worth about 20k, 0.18 Bitcoin would have been about $1,500 if my memory serves me right. Now that's probably worth, well, let's find out. Sorry, I hope you but I know, didn't you pay did you pay about $3,000 for the machine? 0.18 BTC to USD as of today. Oh, 1,300. That's as of today. Yeah. So what would that have been if Bitcoin was 20,000? That would have been more than double that. Oh, my calculations are way off. So therefore, then I take it you 3,600 for the S9 and 400 for the PSU. 400. Ooh, killer. What they're about $100 now, aren't they? Actually, the machines, the S9s, I don't know if you've seen the price of those recently. They are about $600. Sorry, it sounds like I'm rubbing it in, JMS. I'm really not. I don't mean to be like that. But I am. $600 for that. Yeah, they're mental price now. It just goes to show you how much profit, because it's my belief that whenever companies do sales or anything like that, they're not taking a hit unless it's really bad product that they need to get rid of. They would never sell it at a loss. They just wouldn't make it, or they'd stop producing it, or whatever. So it's my belief that they are still making profit out of that $600 today. So how much profit were they making when they were selling them for $3,600? You would estimate just over $3,000. That's massive profit on one little machine. So therefore, I wonder how much profit they're making on the Z9. Makes me feel sick. I've always said that I'm not the type. I hate paying full price for anything. That's why I had to get a Bitmain coupon just with the $100 off, because the thought of paying full price for something just irritates me. But yeah, that's a killer if you paid way over the odds for a machine. But that's what you do when you think you're going to make money over a long period of time, isn't it? BBL says, yeah, Z9 3300. So yeah, it could drop in price if it doesn't sell out at the pre-orders and it's not as popular as they think. I can see the price dropping. We saw the Antminer Z9 go from about $2,600 down to $2,000, and now obviously down to $850 to try and compensate for the people that had pre-ordered the machine. They actually sent them vouchers, but they didn't offer them any refund back, from my understanding, unless people have had a different experience. So yeah, some people have paid literally 3 times the amount for the machines, and then Bitmain have just give you some coupons. So you know, that's really bad for them, and that could potentially happen to me. This Z9 could go from 3 down to 2, down to 1.5. I don't know, but judging by the figures as of today, it still looks profitable. So I can only go with today's figures. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, so I have to go with my gut feeling, and that's what I'm going to do. Something else I wanted to talk about, actually. We talked about a lot tonight, haven't we? We're just covering topics like pow, pow, pow. We talked the other day, I said to everyone, oh look, this little ant router R1 looks really cool. It mines, it's basically just a router that you plug in Ethernet cable, so you've got internet, but it just sits there and mines Litecoin. Only a very small amount, but it does mine Litecoin, and it's only $30. Now, I was talking to someone, and they said, oh, Glenn, just to let you know, there's a new one. And I actually looked at it the day before, and I did see it. I thought, oh, what's this R3 then? But apparently this has only just come out in the last couple of days. $58. And again, it mines Litecoin, but I assume it's a more powerful one. And it comes with a little LED clock. So, yeah, it looks pretty cool. A dual function Wi-Fi router and crypto miner. A portable and ergonomic design. Surf the internet or mine from anywhere, anytime. Litecoin miner and lottery, a Wi-Fi router that mines a small yet steady stream of Litecoin. The R3 Litecoin power consumption is comparable to that of an average Wi-Fi router, yet just by staying powered on, like your existing Wi-Fi router, it brings you a chance every 2.5 minutes to win 25 Litecoins, which is about $250 worth, isn't it? Because I think Litecoins, no, is that right? 25 times, what are they, $85 at the moment? 25 times 85. Oh, sorry, $2,100. I was way off then. I was thinking $10, wasn't I? So yeah, you've got a chance of having mining 25 Litecoin. That's awesome. For $50, worth taking the risk, isn't it? I might buy 2 or 3 of them. Just dot them around the house to increase the Wi-Fi, yet also have a chance of winning some Litecoin. Even if you don't win the jackpot, you still continue to get a small steady stream of coins based on the network difficulty of script coin being mined. Block reward and block time results may vary over time. 2.4G wireless router, speeds up to 300 megabits per second. Powerful and user-friendly interface. Sleek LED clock. Oh, that's what we want though, isn't it? Everyone wants a clock. Many script coins and any pool. So, yeah, I think that looks pretty cool, to be honest, guys. You know, if you're watching this video and you think, oh, I really want to get involved in mining, but I've only got like, you know, $100, $50, this is the answer. You know, start mining some Litecoin for $50. Why not? And you've got a small chance every, was that, did it say every 10 minutes? Where was it? Did it say every 10 minutes? Oh, every 2.5 minutes. I wonder what the odds are of you actually hitting that. That'd be interesting to see. Probably costs $800 to make. Probably not even that, to be honest. If we're looking at you know, the Z9 Mini, they're selling it for $850. Obviously, they're making huge profit off that as well. I would imagine this big one, it's not going to cost much more than what it costs to make one of these, because once you've got that production line set up and you've got all the parts, it's just assembly costs. So, yeah, they're killing it. BBL says, that is what my family member are getting for Christmas. I'm sure they'll absolutely love that. BBL. I think they'll look at it and go, oh, you bought me a Wi-Fi router. Thank you. That's what I've always wanted. Oh, and it's got an LED clock. JMS says 0.04 a day. What's that, JMS? Are you talking about the that Wi-Fi router, or are you talking about your S9? Sorry, that sounds really bad. I didn't mean for it to come out like that. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to cover today. We've talked about the Antminer R3. We've talked about Zcash. We've talked about the Z9, Z9 Mini, S9, T9. God, covered quite a lot there, guys. It's a lot to take in. LOL the router. But yeah, close to the S9. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't laugh. There's probably a lot of people watching this thinking I lost money and Glenn's just laughing at me. I'm not, because it will happen to me. I guarantee it. How long do you guys think these Z9s and Z9 Minis are going to remain profitable for? 1 month, 2 months, 6 months? It'd be interesting to see how long that, because you look at any other algorithm and most of them are unprofitable now. I was looking at this site here. They do a YouTube channel and I've watched quite a few of their videos, and I think they're quite they do really quick, precise videos about profitability of different mining. So I suggest that you check it out. Let's have a look. Antminer Z9 versus Z9 Mini versus Z Master. Profitability and risks. I think this is it. So these are the different costings. Oh, this is interesting. The A9 Z Master. Now that one was the direct comparison, which was to this new machine, but it offered 50,000 souls, so slightly better, and 620 watts, which you would think, oh, that's like half the electricity cost. So they're offering more power at half the electricity, which is awesome. But the machine costs $10,000, which obviously pushes a lot of the normal me, the average Joes, out of the market. But now they're offering buy one, get one free. So essentially you're paying $5,000 per machine, which makes them probably the most profitable Equihash miner out there, but you still have to transfer them $10,000 to begin with. So again, that it blows me out of the water completely. But again, these machines are getting out there, and it'd be interesting to see if the Equihash algorithm does just drop. But yeah, they've got all charts here with how profitable a lot of these coins, ASIC miners, have remained. You can go to different machines, and it will tell you. Here we go. So this is in order of the most profitable machines at the moment with the return on investments. And you can see there the A9 Z Master is at the top. Then you got the Z9. Then you got the Z9 Mini. But this was a point they made in their video. At one point, this coin here, the Shire coin, that was the most profitable coin at the time. And then they released the A3, and it just tanked. Like, it tanked hard. And they're saying you have to be really careful, because once these all start getting into everyone's hands, potentially they're going to be down here. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Again, this is the gamble. You have to really be careful with this, and you have to really take this on board when buying the machine. You have to sort of look at it as like, okay, I potentially might not earn my money back here. That's the mindset you need to go into it. And if you do earn more money, then great, fantastic. You know, you're laughing, you're happy. But don't go into it just assuming that you will be profitable. That's it, really. They've even put little warnings here saying large difficulty increase expected. So they're giving you a heads up as well that the difficulty is probably going to shoot right up once these machines are out there in the wild. The A9 I'm not too worried about too much, because I think even bigger investors will, they won't be able to buy too many of those machines at 10,000 a pop. I don't know, I don't know any big time farmers, mining farms, sorry. But yeah, these Z9 minis, obviously they're offering a price point that everyone could get involved in, and offering really good returns. So we're going to see more and more of them. And I've noticed that the Z9s every now and then sell out the Z9 minis. So it just shows there is demand for that machine out there, and people will buy it. And they are. So if the Z9 does come down in price to sort of like $2,000, I think a lot of people will buy that machine if it still remains profitable. But we're going to have to see what happens with the difficulty, really, on the Equihash algorithm. I think Zcash will be profitable if the price keeps going up, especially if added to Coinbase. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That A9 was buy one get one free. yeah. I was just saying. We actually talked about it. Zcash joining Coinbase a little while ago. That would be awesome if you're mining Zcash in particular, and it just so happens it joins Coinbase and shoots. It goes to the moon. We've seen Stellar. Stellar has steadily been on the rise every single day. Oh, Bitcoin's on the rise again. Look, it's heading towards 7.5K. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, Stellar has actually overtaken Litecoin, and it's up to 30 cent now. It's just had continuous gains every day. It's just continuously going up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see, because Stellar and XRP are so similar, if Stellar does join Coinbase, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Stellar at $1 a coin at some point, or around 80 cents to $1, because XRP and Stellar are so similar. One's very centralized and one's meant to be very decentralized. Obviously people preferring the decentralization, and if XRP do introduce banks to this method of money transfer, it's only going to take them to say, oh, okay, so, oh, look, Stella's doing the same thing, but they're transparent and they're cheaper. Yeah, it's a bit of a no-brainer, so that's quite interesting to see where they go with that. I did think, oh, should I invest some money in there? But I just thought, no, I've had enough of altcoins. I want to mine, I want to convert to Bitcoin, and I want one whole Bitcoin. That's still my dream. And as of now, it pains me actually to try and have to send this Bitcoin over to Bitmain, because with the funds that I have, I've actually got 0.26 of a Bitcoin. Yes, over a quarter of a whole Bitcoin. You can see there. Now that was actually at 0.260, but I was watching the price of Bitcoin last night, and I literally commented in the Telegram group chat. I said, "Here, guys, it's Bitcoin's gone up like $90 in the last half an hour." And then, as I said that, the price just tanked, and everyone commented saying, "Oh, Glenn, it's just tanked. Now you've just mentioned it." And I thought, "Oh yeah, maybe it's me." But yeah, I just at that point I thought, "Oh well, I might as well cash it in." So I converted it into British pounds, and then I left it. And when it was sort of around, I think I bought around here, I bought back in, and I gained obviously this amount of Bitcoin, and then obviously it's gone up. So happy days. Although it's hovering about where it was last night actually. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I gained some more Bitcoin than I had, and I actually thought, do you know what? That's probably more Bitcoin than I've gained. 0.035 than I've gained in Hashflare in the last 6 months. So my swing trading has been more profitable yesterday than it was to mine with Hashflare for about 6 months. So so that's it really, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up there now because it's now heading past midnight. Thank you for joining. If you like me doing these sort of late night chats with Glenn, I might do it. Obviously, I've labelled this one number 1, and then obviously I'll do 2, 3, 4, and it'll just be this format. It'll be really relaxed, just you and me guys chatting and throwing around ideas. But I did want to have a more focus on doing the, you know, like a set conversation, set talk, because some people won't want to watch me chatting and answering random people's live chats for over an hour, because that's all well and good for us guys because we're interacting with each other, we're having a laugh. But people watching it from the outside, they might be like, actually, I don't want to sit there and listen to whatever they're chatting about for an hour. So that's why I've split it into 2 videos tonight. I hope you guys understand what I've done and why I've done it. I felt really abrupt just ending it like I did. But hopefully that will draw new people into the channel, because they might watch my videos, the ones that are only, you know, 8 minutes long, 10 minutes long, and think, oh yeah, I quite like him, I like watching those videos, I don't want to watch the live chat stuff. But then I'm also catering to you guys that have stuck with me since the beginning. So yeah, hopefully that's something that I can continue going forward. So thank you for that, guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up before you leave, really helps with the channel. Also, anyone that's new to watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button. Please comment down below any thoughts of any of the topics that I've been talking about tonight. I know I've covered a lot. You've probably forgotten what we've talked about. But any topics, if you want to correct me, if you think there's a better way of doing things, please give your feedback down below. And if you don't want to use the YouTube comments, please join the Telegram group chat. There's about 170 of us in there now. And again, it's no shilling. It's just all these guys that you see in the live chat, all chatting about crypto. Please join it and please chat. Please ask questions or please give feedback. So yeah, I'd love to hear your feedback on that. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm out.